What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to this special edition of One on One with Donovan Sharp. I am joined for the first time in a long time by Jonathan of Modern Life Dating. John, I'm gonna tell you what, man. You and I, since our very first, I can't remember the first podcast we did together years ago. We've come a long way, man.
Man, we really have. It's what a journey, eh?
God almighty, yeah. It's been all kinds of crazy. We've both fought a lot of battles, we fought a lot of wars, but we started from the bottom. Now we here. I remember when you and I first started doing podcasts. I think we both had like 1,000 subscribers each, and we're like, man, we're gonna change the fucking world, and we're gonna be these red pill superstars, and we've accomplished a lot of it, but a lot has changed since the two of us linked up for the very first time. Let me just get your thoughts on this just before we get started here. What are your thoughts on the state of the manosphere, man? Like, what do you? I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, are we doing well? Are we doing bad? I mean, what are your thoughts?
I think there's a divide in the manosphere,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the guys that are on our side are doing better than the other guys that are doing on the other side
Yeah.
because we are absolutely looking at a side of theory versus application.
Ah. Yeah, we get a lot of guys who try to overcomplicate a lot of very simple principles and fundamentals. And I think they do this, John, to just sort of carve their own niche. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like they take what we they take our empirical data and the things that we've experienced and the stories that men from around the world have told us, and they try to they kind of try to muddy the waters and sort of overcomplicate things to make themselves sound smarter than they really are, when in actuality it's really not that serious. It's really not that deep in terms of the complications. That's what I think. I'm not going to mention names, but there's a lot of that going on these days.
Yeah, I just think that we've kind of trailblazed to start off where we are now. And we were I mean, you and I are directly responsible for Fresh and Fit being spawned out. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They did their due diligence behind the scenes, but then they took off and massive success.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And I think it's a testament to your skill as a mentor as well as mine. And I just think that there's a lot to be said for what's happening with our side of the sphere. And I'm happy just to be known as the guy. I like to call myself the workshop. Like you
Yeah.
can sit here,
Yep. Yep.
you can pat yourself on the chest and say you're alpha male this, alpha male that as an
Sure.
audience member. But if you actually want to come on down and see if you're all what you saw, if you are what you say you're about, come on down to the workshop, and we're gonna make a man out of you. And
Real talk.
over the last 2 years, we've generated over like $10 million for our clients.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Tons of fat loss. I mean, tons and tons and tons of dates, tons and tons of sex. We're making some moves over here for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hopefully I can get you to the CME out in Miami in May. That's 3 months. I didn't want to put you on blast, but I would really like it if you came out. That would be fucking awesome. Myron's gonna be there, dude. Myron's gonna be there. I'm working on Rolo. You got to work on Rolo for me, man.
All right.
Like, if dude, listen, if we can get Rolo out there, then it's all over with. Okay, so tell me, John, about this new course that you have out. So I think you are probably single-handedly responsible for, how can I put this? You are single-handedly responsible for a lot of the money that is made outside of YouTube here in the Manosphere. I'll never ever forget your very first course was Body Language Mastery.
Mhm.
And that inspired me to spawn my courses. Now, my course started out very, very small, all the way up to Womanese. It was a big production. The revenue from those courses has literally changed my life forever. Like
Mhm.
literally changed my life forever. Aaron Clary, I think he told me he did something. I don't want to put his numbers out there, but he did into the mid 5 figures with course sales in 2021, and he gives a lot of the credit to me, but I got to give it to you because
Mhm.
you're the one that said, hey, look, check this out, man. Like you are like you're missing the boat here. So what are your thoughts on you being responsible for all of this revenue that the Manosphere has generated? Because they call us grifters
Mm.
and snake oil salesmen, right?
I mean, if you want your movement to have any feet under it, you're gonna need money.
That's right.
And to top it off, you could sit there and run your mouth and try to say this about us, try to say that about us. But at the end of the day, people are opening their wallets to hear what we have to say behind
That's right.
closed doors.
That's right.
And it's not just entertainment. We're not selling, video games or sports passes or anything. We're selling hard truths and
That's right.
applications of it. Because people could say whatever the fuck they want to say about you and I, but at the end of the day, we are workhorses and we're
That's
ethical
right.
businessmen,
That's right. That's right.
and if it was so easy, these fucking dickheads
Everybody
would
would
do
do
it.
it.
These
Yeah.
dickheads would be doing it
Yep.
themselves.
Yep. Yes, they would.
They can't.
It's interesting. They call us grifters and scammers and I think Heather told me that one person called me oh god, I forgot what it was, but implying that I'm ripping people off. No, I have never like this. I just don't know. I think these are just names that they call us because
Mhm.
everything I've done has been ethical. I've never ripped anybody off.
Mhm.
The information in my courses they're dense and they're useful. This is why people continue to buy them, even now, 1 year after the release date. I think these are guys that are just upset that they can't make the money we make. I think that's really what it comes down to. You and I, John, we're normal guys, right? We're regular average guys. But the difference between us and everyone else, the other 95%ers, is that we decided that we decided, okay, I want to change my life and I'm going to fucking do something about it. And I think that it doesn't rub guys the wrong way, but when they see that they don't have the
Mhm.
requisite wherewithal to be able to make these kinds of moves and take these kinds of risks, it makes them feel some type of way, man.
Yeah, when you decide to step out of your boundaries of control, if you will. For example, I decided to tell my coworkers, yeah, I have a Fortune 500 company, corner office, unlimited
Yeah,
expense account.
damn right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and quit all this, start a YouTube channel, talk about how to have sex with girls as much as possible, and I think I'm gonna become a millionaire doing it. People, they're just like, okay, this guy's crazy, this guy's lost his mind, making fun of me, whatever. Now they are getting
Now look
ready.
at you.
Now they're getting ready to go to the office. I'm getting ready to finish this show and go back into bed with a beautiful, super hot young girl in my bed, and I'm just
Yeah, dude. So it looks like you upgraded a little bit there, John. Looks like you upgraded, bruh. I saw the girl. I was like, well, that's not the older Miss MLD. This is a new chick. So tell us about your chick, man.
No, nothing much to say, but life's good. The smile on my face is real.
Good stuff, man. And your teeth look fantastic.
Thank
By
you.
the way, they look great. Yeah, you
Thank
know
you.
me, man. I'll brag all about my girl. I'll post booty pics. I'll post pictures of her
And
tits. I'll let you know.
she loved your show with Devin.
Oh yeah. Remember you were telling me about that.
Yeah,
Yeah. That
we
was
watched it. We were taking a bath together when we were watching it, and then the next day she was heading to work on the train, and she was like, "What's the name of that girl again?" And she was like, "Donovan and Deborah, Donovan and Debbie." And then I was like, "It's Dev." And so
Dev.
because she was looking for it on YouTube on her own because
Yeah.
English is her second language.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, she
Yeah,
found it great.
that was a good show, man. I thoroughly
Damn good
enjoyed
show.
it. Yeah. I was glad to finally get out in front of. It was good to finally just kind of tell our story because
Mm.
a lot of information guys have about our relationship. I don't want to say it's service level because I talk a lot about my relationship and I'm like, oh, why do you talk so much about your relationship? Well, because I apply what I teach you guys in my
Mm,
own relationship. And if I'm going to use any example, I'm going to use it with mine. Then, of course, people try to disqualify it with, oh, she's 45 or she has low self esteem or she's this or she's that. To me, that stuff, I mean, that's immaterial. Anybody can see that that Devin is objectively attractive. Listen, she's past her prime, she's past the wall, but she looks better than most women half her age and knows twice as much as women half her age. So
mhm.
for now, she does this again. You know, she just got a brand new set of fake tits. So you
Are
know,
they? Oh, okay.
yes, yeah, she got him. She got him in late November. She got him in late November, man. And
Mm.
she went from a 30, she went from a 34 double D to I think a 38 F. Like her
Jesus is
tits
real.
are, yes, yes, the tits are absolutely massive. They say, and they're healing up very nicely. So I enjoy them very much.
You know what I always say to people that who like to criticize our chicks, right? Or whatever, because whatever the kind of girl you show up, they're gonna criticize them, right? A, these guys typically don't have chicks, and B, you and I have realized that for me, I don't give a fuck if a girl is hot or not. I give a fuck, is she useful?
Real talk, John. Real talk. And I think, and this is interesting because I was just talking about this a couple of days ago. A lot of guys ask me, or they say they'll say something like, you know, Donovan can do younger, he can do better, this and that and the third. Younger, yeah, better. I don't know, man. Like I'm at a point in my life where yes, young hot girls they're great, they're a lot of fun,
Mhm.
but I'm at a point in my life where a young girl's sexual market value doesn't really do much for me with regards to my business. And I'm
Mhm.
at a point in my life where I'm trying to build a legacy. I'm trying to build generational wealth. And as of right now, there's really not much. I mean, outside of starting an OnlyFans for her and just pimping her out like that, I really like I don't have much use for pre-selection and getting access to other hot girls that young hot girls can give to me. I'm not saying that they're not fun, but it's very anyone who says, well, if you're so red pill you should have a young hot girl, they are completely missing they're completely missing the boat. You get older, you evolve, your needs change, your priorities change. Listen, my girlfriend is attractive enough to where I want to stick my dick in her every night. That's good enough for me. Anyone
Mhm.
who thinks that that's not good enough for them, you guys are faking the funk. That's the way I see it.
And they don't know, and those guys, quite frankly, they've never really dated hot girls, to be
No,
honest with you.
no, they haven't, of
Because
course not.
the super hot girls are the most insufferable bitches
Oh,
on the planet.
dude, dude. Oh my God. John, listen, dude, I tell this to people all the time. Hot girls are fun for a while, but dude, they get a they're neurotic, they're useless, they complain all the fucking time, their faces are always in their fucking phones. This doesn't mean that super hot girls aren't fun to be around, but dude, I'm 44. I just don't have the time anymore. I really, really don't. All
Mhm.
right, let me read these super chats, then we'll get started here. Jashawn Harris says, "What up, Donovan? Sharpshooters, we up in here. I sent a video message / testimony of how to master the game course to your TSR email earlier. I hope you get the check it. Oh, I certainly will. Thank you very much for that, Jashawn." Jimmy in Dallas, $10 says your students are international, but in America, you guys are the answer to the single mother / fatherless crisis. You are teaching us shit that we should have learned from our masculine mentors. That's what gives me a tremendous sense of pride is to know like when people send me emails or Jashawn, like, hey man, you changed my life and this and that. It's very humbling. It's very humbling to hear that because never in a million lifetimes would I have ever imagined that I would be as influential as I am. Do you feel the same way, or is that just something you've always knew you were going to do?
It was I know you've done the Conference of Masculine
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Excellence, right? Which is like the number one conference in the
Oh,
manosphere now.
yes, yes, it is.
And I did, my little mini conference, the Hot Dude Con, and
Which was
it was
very cool. That was a lot of fun, man.
right. And so in San Diego, there was 60 people there, and when I
What?
mm, Yes,
Oh my
you saw the small. You were the smallest one, but in San Diego, there's 60 people there. When I walked through the door, it was crazy because I saw everybody. The first guy I saw was this tall black dude who walked up to me and said, "MLD, you changed my life." I was like, "Sir,
wow.
who the fuck
Who the
are
hell
you?"
are you, right?
Yeah. I was like, "Thank you so much, but who the fuck are you?"
Oh
And
my god.
and then all these people, thank you, thank you, thank you, and it was wild. And you know how we do the one-on-ones at the end of the Hot Dude Cons, and just meeting all the people and talking to all the guys. It's just crazy to see what we are doing. Is I went to Colombia, and this dude was down there, and he's like, "Dude, you changed my life."
Wow.
He's like, I quit my corporate job. Now I'm down here literally banging supermodels from Colombia and
Fucking A.
living the dream. I was like, my God,
I love it.
it's just crazy. It's super crazy, but it's amazing. And you know what? And it's fulfilling because I used to work at
Yes.
this soul sucking job where all I had to do is like make money for this damn fucking Japanese corporation. And it's nice to see like I'm making men happy and their lives are
Yes,
changing.
man.
You know what I mean? It's very fulfilling.
It's like I take tremendous pride when men seek me out and say, "Hey, you helped me through a tough time." And it's funny because like I get recognized in public a little bit more regularly than I'm comfortable with
Mhm.
at this point in time. Dude, I got recognized in Reno over a year ago. Devin and I are walking. We get out of our rental car and we're walking towards the mall, and I hear this guy having a conversation with who I thought was somebody else. And he's like, "Hey man, I don't mean to interrupt, blah, 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 blah." I wasn't paying him any attention. He's like, "Hey man, I'm a huge fan." And so I turned around and the guy is standing there in front of me, and I'm like, "Oh, do you know who I am?" Because I thought maybe he was talking to somebody else. He's like, "You're Donovan." I was like, "Oh my god!" Then Devin and I forgot which airport we were in. One of the guys at the TSA recognized me immediately. He's like, "Oh my god, it's Donovan Sharp." He's telling all of his coworkers about me. They're like, "Who the fuck is Donovan Sharp?" But it getting recognized in public never gets old, man. It still blows my mind. It really does.
It was really weird when I was down in Miami. I was checking into my hotel for Hot Dude Con Miami, and literally walked in the front lobby, got to the table, or excuse me, got to the front desk, and then a guy comes up to me. He's, "Hey man," I was like, "Hey," he's like, "I'm here for the conference." I was like, "What conference?" He's like, "Hot Dude Con," and I was like,
Dude, yeah, it's like a big secret. It's Hot Dude Con, right?
I was like, it's just wild. It was super wild. But yeah, it's great to see the real people too, because these guys are like good looking guys that have like
Yeah,
this guy's a good looking guy. And he's like an investment banker and he came on down to see me. So it was very,
it's cool as hell, man. It's cool as hell. And it's
yeah.
good to know that we're actually having a positive impact on people's lives. Guys, listen, man, what you guys have to really understand, and we'll get into it here, but in the end, you really have to be careful who you have to vet the people that you are allowing to influence you. You have
Mm,
to look at their past, you have to look at their present, and you have to look at the trajectory of their future. Do they talk about their wins and losses? Do they have practical knowledge? Do they have empirical data? Do they
mhm,
have anecdotes? Or are they just parroting off somebody? You can tell when you talk to people that when they're speaking to you, you can tell whether or not they're talking to you in their own words or
mm.
somebody else's words. Now, every once in a while, I'll say something that you've said, like, "Hey, if you're ever dating a girl," and I'll give you credit to MLD says, when you're dating a girl, just imagine her when she's not with you, she's just gobbling dicks. Like that's what you have to do. So every once in a while, I will bring that kind of stuff up, but the difference between us and guys who are our detractors, we got the receipts, man.
Yeah.
We're out here living the life, and we came from literally nothing. Like
Mhm,
we came from nothing. Neither one of us was born with a silver spoon in their mouths.
mhm,
I had a more advantageous upbringing than you did. You shouldn't even be here, to be honest
mhm.
with you, just given what your past is. So it's good to commingle with like-minded men, um who understand not just the struggle, but I mean, I'm not trying to differentiate us, but this whole manosphere, it's kind of a cool fraternity to be a part of. I'll give you the
Yeah.
last word on that.
No, it is great. It's quite frankly, any city I show up to in America, a member of my community shows up in a car with a gun and a spare gun for me, and food, like room and board ready for me wherever
Yeah.
I go. And these are people because I've helped change their lives, and
Yes.
I've got loyal followers.
Yes.
So I'm picked up. I get a weapon. I get food. I get
Yeah.
shelter.
That's
I'm
right.
protected, and I got a local tour guide as well. So it's
Good.
good. One of the guys is in your chat right now, Mr. Brent Caldwell.
Oh,
He picked me
okay.
up from Texas.
Wow. He said Hot Dude Con was lit.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a little pressure on you. King Life says MLD should be a speaker. Keep the pressure on, guys. Keep the pressure on, guys. We're trying to make this. Yeah, we're trying to make this the number one.
I'll be a speaker if you mod me in the chat. I think I got unmodded on your channel.
dude. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to do that months ago when we had. By the way, guys. By the way, I think we can talk about this in public. Yeah, go ahead and say something in the chat, and I'll go ahead and mod you.
I'll tell howdy.
Oh, howdy. Where
there
are
you go.
Miles Doling, there. Where are you? There you are. Nope, that's not you. So MLD, and well, I had a misunderstanding with John. I separated myself from him because of what I perceived to be disloyalty, when what was actually happening was him showing loyalty to someone who had been with him from the very start. And so John just called me up, and he was like, "Hey man, you just kept it real." It's like, "Hey man, I'm a little bit hurt. You blocked me from the channel and this and that." And it had been so long, I completely forgot what I was pissed off at you about. So what it really comes down to, guys, is this was just me sort of rushing to judgment, me getting in my feelings and not doing the man thing, and just calling up John and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" All of this could have been resolved had I just done that. So John was and I had been meaning to call you. It's just that we're always busy. Walter, you're killing me. That we're always busy, but I'm glad you decided to FaceTime me, because we worked it all out. Everything's good. And in the end, that was really sort of my own, it was just my own idiocy. So I'm not really, it is what it is. You know how that goes, man.
It happens. Just make sure you mod me and I'm good to go.
Are you, is it Miles? Are you Modern Life Dating? I don't see you in here.
Yeah, I should be there.
Oh, you might be on the wrong channel. I think that's probably why.
Donovan Sharp was
Donovan Sharp, not TSR. I'll send you
King Life. King Life is in the chat.
Yeah. He says MLD is a real one. I don't see you in there.
I wrote testing after. Maybe I might be. I potentially could be shadow banned.
Are you kidding me?
It's okay,
dude. Are you fucking serious with this? Hold on, I'm gonna get Deb to fix that. Yes. Okay. So she's gonna check the setting. That was, oh my Jesus fucking Christ. Henry Dembski says, "Please no more Alex play with fire. He's a joke." You know, I mean, I don't. Yeah, you're giving me the no too. Myron called me up and gave me an earful about the same thing. Whoa, what happened? Oh,
sorry.
Wow, look at that.
Changing the lighting is kind of weird.
Oh wow, look at dude, you've got all the fucking tricks. So yeah. I mean, I'm gonna get with Alex and let him know, hey man, like, you know, my guys are telling me blah 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 blah. I don't dislike the kid, but I mean, just given what he has said about guys like you and Myron and all that, I just, I can't swim with him anymore. What do you know about Alex from Playing with Fire? As far as I'm concerned, I'm cool with him, but I mean, apparently he's not cool with a lot of us. Stop.
I mean, I know he's been talking about me, but I haven't heard much about him. I'll just put it that way.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What I wanted to do is because you know what Rolo says, man. If you want to challenge your ideas, there's no better place to do that other than in the crucible of open debate.
Yep.
And my first debate with him was much like Kevin Ray Wilder. He was very pedantic. He just nitpicking all the little things. But my conversation with him yesterday was actually pretty good. I thought it was pretty productive. But stop, Walter. Stop licking me, goddammit. My cat is, cats' tongues are rough. Okay, enough of us running off at the mouth. Tell us about your newest course. What is going on with the new course here?
All right. So over the last 2 years, I have been coaching over 5,000 men across the planet.
Wow.
With the core four, right? Make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame.
Oh,
And
there's a fourth one now. Okay,
yeah,
I did not know that.
it's a
Okay,
core 4: money, muscles, game, frame.
okay, I like it.
And so with these 4 principles applied on a daily basis from age 18 onwards, if you do that as a man, you're gonna have an above average life.
Of course.
My course, Body Language Mastery, Pandemic Pickup, Salt, The Dark Pass, all these courses came out last year, and seriously, massive, massive, massive success. But there's a certain subset of guys I noticed that didn't get the success that all the other guys were getting. And once I started to do a deep dive on what was going on with these guys had some common problems, and I like to call them inner game problems, right? So inner game is the backbone of all your success, right? And if you don't have solid inner game, which is solid self-belief, self-love, and your self-esteem, as well as, you know,
Huh.
having a mind clear of psychological issues, if you don't have this, everything's going to get derailed. You're going to sabotage your diet. You're going to sabotage your gym routine.
Yes.
You're gonna rebound back on the drugs. You're gonna have erectile problems. You're gonna have
Yes.
performance anxiety. You're gonna have
All right.
approach anxiety. And if you just fundamentally don't feel like you're better than the girl you're approaching, or at least,
Mm-hmm.
you know, worthy of her in regards to the standards of approaching, she's gonna smell it on you. And if she's a good girl, she's just gonna like snuff you and ignore you. And B, if she's a bad girl, she's gonna, you know, become predatory and use you and abuse you and fleece you. And so we are teaching guys how to develop like rock solid inner game with this course. So
Okay.
the course is a 3-part event. First is a 1 hour long video event where we have this video course put together.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch these little modules that are going to help you make shifts in your mindset. These are the mindsets I used to make myself become a multi-million-dollar earner in
Okay.
just 3 years, right?
Right. Okay.
The second part is a schedule of speakers that are starting on this March 1st. I could pull it up there, Donovan. I just put the thing.
Oh, yep. I got you. Yeah, I'll go and look this up. Let me add that. There we go. Okay.
So on 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to go live, and it's 5 days of interactive education. On March 1st, it's me and my friend Ryan from Inner Masculine. We're going to be talking about identifying your subconscious trauma, and we're going to
Okay.
pinpoint what's wrong with you exactly. We're going to get everybody's insecurity on the table and help them figure out how to handle it.
Shit.
March 2nd, hypnosisformen.com is going to be talking about limiting beliefs as well as the subconscious mind. March 3rd, Paul Apex Mindset is going to be talking about creating your new healthy identity. March 4th, the Masculine Journey is going to be talking about enhancing your mental state and changing your self-talk.
Wow.
And then March 5th, Red Pill Thor will be talking about emotional durability. If you guys know what's going on with Red Pill Thor, in the last couple of months, his wife was hit by a car. Her neck was literally snapped in half, and the doctor said she will be a quadriplegic. Thor said no, and he's getting her the right stem cells. He has been doing training with her, and she is already walking.
Yes. Yeah, man. Dude, I've seen that. That gave me goosebumps when I saw. That was unbelievable, man.
He will talk about being emotionally durable because this is the time in his life where he saw the love of his life get hit by a car.
Yeah.
And, doctors, callously saying, oh, she's going to be a quadriplegic for the rest of her life because they don't care. So all of these are starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The first half is the presentation. The second half is the question and answers. So you can actually ask people on the panel questions pertaining to your situation or to the questions that they may have brought to your mind after you watch their presentation on their subject.
Okay.
These will all be recorded, and to top it off, starting immediate access as you sign up, you get access to a Telegram chat where we will be monitoring your inner game problems throughout the year. And as we move forward throughout the year, we will have bonus webinars, flash webinars, checking up on everybody. So this is all available. Enrollment starts today and it ends on February 28th.
Okay.
And there you go. Brent Caldwell can tell you there's a little testimony right there.
Okay, good. I like that this is, it sounds to me like this is a mental thing. Because I think you've talked about, and forgive me, I don't want to give any proprietary information, but I think you have spoken about your mental struggles
Hmm.
during this financial change. Like you had all the money, all the girls, all the booze, all the parties, but you still weren't you still weren't content, you still weren't happy.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about that. Why was that?
Well, I had realized that there's a concept that I learned in fall of last year,
Okay.
and this was called self validation. And
Oh,
then this
okay.
is the big difference between alphas and betas.
Okay.
See, betas and fake alphas, they need external validation
That's right.
to feel good. So they
That's right.
need let's talk about guys in the red pill space, right? Let's say he
Yep.
learns how to get some game together,
Mhm.
but he only feels as good as his last bang.
Yeah, I've
You
been there
know,
before.
yeah, me too. You're like a vampire. You need to feed that ego with external validation, but it's a black hole inside you, right? You just constantly have to
Wow.
do it. People do it with money. People do it with drugs. People do it with accomplishments. People do it with women, girls, when they have daddy issues. They do it with men, right? They just endlessly try to feed this broken hole inside of them with these external validation points.
Okay.
And what I learned was at first I thought, like, okay, if I just get a bunch of girls, then I'm going to feel good about myself, right? I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
wrong. Then I was
Oh,
like, okay,
yes.
well, I may be wrong now, but I'm smart. It wasn't girls, it was money. So once I make $1 million, then I'm going to feel really good about myself. And then that happened. And I was like, oh, damn, I still kind of feel like shit
Yeah.
now. When the lights are off and you just have sitting around the house, you just kind of feel like, I just don't feel
Yeah, when
good.
it's just you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so that happened to me. And then I realized, like, okay, there's something more here. And I started doing some work and I started reflecting and I started talking to my team of experts and I started doing work on myself. And I did this work in November and December. And after I went through all this changes, I went through some of the hypnotherapy we talked about. I was put under, I was crying, I was
Wow,
releasing
dude.
so much stuff, and I didn't know how much insecurity I had inside of me. And here I'm supposed to be like this big red pill leader or whatever the fuck I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right, of
A-
course.
And I did that, and I realized that all of like the bad toxic energy came out of me, and I just became more grounded. Like, I mean, you could probably tell I'm a lot different than I was 2 years ago for
Yeah,
sure.
you are. You definitely are.
And so more grounded, more based, and
Yeah.
just I chalk it all up to inner game, because a lot of these guys, they think they want, like, one thing that happened to me right after I got all this inner game stuff situated, I no longer had the desire to like go out and fuck a bunch of girls.
Sure.
I was more at peace with myself. And funny, excuse me,
Bless
funny
you.
enough, thank you. Funny enough, I started attracting really, really beautiful girls when I got this sorted
Ain't that
out.
something? Yeah, right?
So I think that I really am onto something huge. And like I said, the enrollments have been flying off the charts. And
Good.
I'm looking at what is to be done in 2022, and I feel like getting guys' minds right is the first and foremost thing, and I think it's the most ethical thing as well.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, there we are. Sorry about that. I'm dealing with dealing with a bunch of trolls. So you said you actually have a couple of you said you've got a few
Mhm.
snippets,
I do.
few clips. So yeah, let's go ahead and pull those up here.
Okay, let me. I'll share. Here we go. Share audio. Okay, got some little simple ones, but they're good.
Give me 2 seconds here. So
Mhm.
Nikki Minch says let's answer a couple of questions here before we get started.
Okay.
Says
Yeah.
general wealth equals financial security for your kids and grandkids. Didn't y'all say y'all don't want to have kids? Yeah, when I say generational wealth, I'm like, what I mean by that is, there we are, is so much wealth that I will never have to work again. So if I misuse the term, yeah, big fucking deal. I don't give a shit. And no, I don't want to have to. And no, I don't want kids or will ever have them. Ed Lattimore, $10 super chat says, on my way to the gym for some sparring. Good to listen. good chat to listen between two great ones. Speak at the CME, John.
I'm ready.
Ed with another $20 super chat says, respect, John. Putting this work in is excellent, fam. Fucking proud, man.
Thank
You've
you.
really come a long way. I think a lot of us have come a long way.
Yeah.
At this point, I think it's pretty obvious. Okay, so all right, go ahead and play this, and we'll see what happens.
All right, this is the first one. Talking about controlling your self-talk. Very simple application. So you guys watching at home, even if you don't sign up, if you follow this, you'll see a big change in your life. Check it out.
Okay, very good.
Controlling your self-talk. This is huge. Okay, look, I don't care where you are on this planet. We live in a very negative time. People are constantly comparing themselves to what they believe to perceive perfection on Instagram, social media, celebrities, tweets, TikToks, whatever, okay? And people look at this false reality, and then the first thing they do is flip back to themselves and they begin an attack. They start attacking themselves. This is detrimental, okay? You absolutely have to control the conversation you have with yourself every single day. No negative self-talk. I'll use myself as an example, okay? I have very long arms. My wingspan is like probably 6'1" or 2. I'm 5'.
Whoa!
So in order for me to fill out my arms, it's going to take me a long time. I have a shorter torso, so I have a nice chest. I have a nice back. But there'll be times when I wake up in the morning, I look at myself and I'll say, oh, you know what? My arms are so skinny. You know, I need to work on my calves. And I will make these little micro attacks against myself. This is not okay. These things add up in a very large way. Women do it all the time. Men do it all the time. You know, I'm ugly, my hairline, I don't have this much money in my bank account. I need to be better. It is an endless daily assault on yourself. And this compounds, and eventually you just have this overall negative belief in yourself. You have to control your self-talk. Zero negative self-talk. I don't care what you believe. Zero negative self-talk. Because the subconscious mind operates in such a way that whatever you tell your subconscious mind, it's just going to say, yes, sir. And then it's going to go and start structuring your thinking patterns and your belief systems, which turn to be your actions in life, which develop to be your character. So you want to be flooding your mind with positive stuff. Like irrational positive stuff is way better than realistic negative stuff. Controlling your self-talk is so important. And when you start to do this, your friends and family, if you let them in on this, they may be like, oh, you know, you're like too arrogant, or you're too prideful, or you need to be humble. Why? Because it's normal to be negative. It's normal to be self-deprecating. It's normal to be not okay with yourself, right? And what is normal? Normal is broke. Normal is miserable. Normal is unhappy. Normal is fat. Normal is bad relationships. Normal is debt slavery, corporate slavery. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. You don't want to do that. If you want to have an above average life, you need to have an above average relationship with yourself, and you control that with your self-talk. Remember that, and I'll see you in the next module.
Wow, man. You know, it's interesting. A lot of people probably don't put too much stock in that, but negative self-talk is kind of a silent killer in terms of the lack of success.
Yeah. You think Tom Brady walks around like, I'm a loser. I'm
no.
You know what I mean?
No. Hell no. Yeah. Tom Brady, you know what? It's interesting. Tom Brady doesn't walk around and oh, I'm a loser. But what he does is he says people thought I was a loser, you know, and I know that's a little bit different with Brady because, you know, 6th-round draft pick and all that. But I think the real story with Brady is that you have to have that positive self reinforcement. You do have to motivate yourself and say, hey, people thought I was XYZ, but I know I'm not this, and I'm going to prove them wrong.
Yeah. And then you can see some people in my community are here. He looks like Aussie G-Man just sent you a $5 super chat.
Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah.
And
Yeah, he says respect MLD. Things went so much easier when I started to deal with my inner issues. I wish the same for other men. This is interesting. People don't realize how important your mental stability and mental clarity is. It is, I think, it is literally the difference between success and failure a lot of time.
Oh, absolutely. Everything that's in this course that you're outlined here is stuff that I have directly used with my personal life to get to my level of success. So if you out there view my level of success as something admirable, these are the core principles that I applied on a daily basis. Because I want to clarify, it is a daily basis.
Yes.
I did not get to where I am by just showing up once in a while. You guys know me. I am a live stream workhorse.
Yeah,
And so
yes, you are.
You know, I'm out here streaming, and then I'm working out, and I'm working my affirmations, my plans, my self-talk, you know, my biological enhancement things that I have, like my red light therapy and all that jazz.
Yeah.
The massage, the ice baths.
Yeah.
It's all part of the machine that is MLD, but it is totally doable because like I said, I mean, look at me and Donovan. Like, we came from literally nothing.
That's right.
We should both be dead and or in jail. But dead in jail is best, right?
Or both, right? That's the truth.
But we're not, and we're out here having steak dinners in luxury places and changing lives and jet setting and doing our live events and everything. So, you know, that's what we got, and that's who we are. And these principles are universal. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, your age, doesn't matter, none of that shit. You do this stuff, you'll get results.
Good shit. Blackout Red 333 $20 super chat says, John, I wonder, I'm 35. I discovered peace 2 years ago when I disconnected with the expectations of society. Complete independent thought. Your thoughts on that? That's interesting.
Yeah, because you're gonna kind of keep up. You're just trying to keep up with the Joneses, and the Joneses don't even fucking like you. So why?
No, they don't.
You know, it's like the Fight Club quote, right? We're working jobs we hate to buy shit we don't need to impress people we don't like.
Right?
Just
Wow.
throw your hands up. Throw your hands up.
Like fuck them.
Yeah.
Walter. God damn it.
I bought a hoodie sweatsuit set, like sweatpants hoodie sweat combo in November, and I wore that pretty much every day of winter. Right? I just didn't even care.
Right. Who gives a shit, right?
My neighbors thought I was crazy. I was like, "Yep, but you better hurry up and get your ass to work, there, buddy. I'm gonna go eat a sandwich and lay down, and
I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, all right, I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do. That's what I'm doing.
You know,
that's why this is funny. This is why I think this is why we really catch a lot of hate. These haters that come at us, it's the manifestation of the everyday people who are feeling some type of way about the fact that we live our lives on our own terms, and dudes don't like it. I mean, listen, I suppose I wouldn't like it either.
No, my life is this shit. Do you see my view?
Right. Life is awesome. Life
is good. You too, man. You're not out there slaving away in some office, KPIs, all that garbage, you know?
Fuck that, dude. Yeah, life is good. I was able to so I woke up today, got some work done. I was feeling a little nauseous. I was able to lay down and take a 2-hour nap today, man. You can't do that. Yeah, dude, it's fucking great. That's what Devin always tells me. She's like, the best part about my life now is that I get to take naps in the middle of the day.
Right. And they just boost your productivity.
Oh, of course, dude. Yes. Listen, when I take naps, I always do much better in the day. Anime Red Pill $10 super chat says, get on the CME, John 19. Yo, we out here. Yeah. Good shit, man. We already read Ozzy G Mans. Here's another $10 super chat from Mr. J. He says, facts, I'm 6'4" with a long wingspan. Micro attacks are a big deal. And to counter these things is with positivity. Everybody has insecurities and flaws, but those negative self-talks is a killer. Then he just followed up with another one that says, let me tell you, I thought I was ugly. And with a bunch of insecurities that I believed it, but after college and some positivity, I slowly start my day with some positivity. Push-ups to comedians. That is interesting. I guess everybody has their own way.
I've been watching a lot of Seinfeld lately.
Oh, Seinfeld's great, isn't it? No soup for you. Looks like you're a mod now. So,
Yes.
I'm way behind. You already thanked Dev for that and everything. Okay, very good. Ice Dragon Kid says hate comes from below. Yeah, I just went ahead and made it members only because I got tired of the trolls. Let's go ahead and pull up your second module here. And guys, by the way, if you want to purchase the course, my affiliate link is in the chat. It is also in the description. Stay tuned for emails about that as well. John, take it away.
All right, here we go. This next one's called "You're Always Brainwashing Yourself."
Okay.
You're always brainwashing yourself. Guys, we are just a moist, programmable computer. You don't have as much free will as you think you do. All right. The media you watch, the social media posts that you think are not even important, you just scroll past them. The people you spend time with. These are all influencing who you are, down to the very, very small, minuscule things you may not even think are important. They absolutely are. These next couple modules, we're going to be going over these concepts in a little bit more detail, but I really want to clearly let you know you are always being brainwashed. Okay, you're like a stock or a cryptocurrency. Okay, the price is going up or the price is going down. There is no steady, stable thing.
Yeah,
right?
static. Okay.
You're either positively brainwashing yourself to the life that you want, or you're negatively brainwashing yourself to the life that you don't want. It's a very simple concept that goes over the heads of a lot of people. You know, if you get into this space and you're watching some toxic content, or if you're watching content about like, you know, women are always cheating, or, you know, this cheating affair story, or this guy got cancer story, or this guy lost all his money story, all you're doing is subconsciously programming yourself to be more receptive to these events happening to you in your life. So you have to be extremely, extremely careful about what you put into your mind, right? You need to detox from all things that you do not want, because you are always brainwashing yourself by the people you talk to, you name it. It is so imperative that you really create an echo chamber to give you exactly what you want. This is why it ties back to the personal written statement. You find out the personal written statement. You write out exactly what you want. Then you structure your affirmations based upon that. And then you start protecting yourself from the negative influences that can come to your life, and start flooding yourself with the positive, because you're always brainwashing yourself. Thanks so much. See you in the next module.
Man, that is I've never really thought about that. And like, we hear about these, you know, positive affirmations, but a lot of people don't realize that the things that they consume on a daily basis are every bit as harmful, sometimes as drugs and alcohol, man. Like, do you think that's too much of a stretch? Or, I mean, what do you think of that?
Dude, I follow nothing on Instagram. As soon as I follow somebody, I go to their account, I hit mute all posts. I have no notifications on my phone. I have two notifications.
Yeah.
If PayPal or Stripe goes off, those are my only actual notifications.
Baby.
You know, I don't surf social media blindly.
Okay.
There's no reason for me to do that. And you know, there's just so many things I do to protect myself psychologically. I don't even watch horror movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna give me a bad feelings. And if I do, I properly set myself up to like detox after it.
Yeah.
It's really true. Like right now, you know, Netflix did a study of their own brand, and they're like, well, we have one massive competitor out there that is dominating our clients, and we need to beat this thing. And turns out the number one competitor for Netflix is sleep. So yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're fighting for your attention at all times, right? Right now, what's happening on a global scale? All of a sudden, Corona is not important anymore.
Yep.
Now it's Russia
invading Ukraine. Yeah.
War.
Yep.
Next going to be China and Taiwan. You know, and they're just constantly wanting to flood your mind with fear, negativity, so you can be in this unsure, fearful state so that they can control you more.
Mm.
And so once you take the red pill about that, and you realize you're always brainwashing yourself no matter what, you can change your life just by positively brainwashing yourself. Here's another example I think both of us can relate to.
Okay.
The black pill community.
Oh God, Jesus Christ! Don't get me started.
You know, those guys nonstop watching the most toxic content on the planet.
That's all they do is watch haterade stuff. Am I wrong? Like that's it? That's all they watch, man.
And it ruins their lives. I mean, you know, it was so terrible that one of those kids, you know, he was watching that guy Wheat Waffles, and he picked up a gun and he started going on a shooting spree in UK. Remember that?
No, he was watching Wheat Waffles.
Yep.
Oh my God, I did not know that. I had no idea. What was the guy's name?
I forget his name. He was a white kid raised by a single mom.
Wow.
In the UK, and he had a shotgun and he killed about 5 people.
And this was back in 21?
Yep. I think it was like maybe summertime, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like it was give me 1 second here.
Ballpark. But when you
yeah.
You know, so like for all those manosphere connoisseurs out there, like I like to sample a little bit from everybody. No, when you watch that content, that black pill content, even by you watching it,
man.
It gets in on you. Like you ask yourself how you feel after you get done watching all that black pill content.
Yeah.
Or the extreme MGTOW content, stuff like that. It's
like,
no, don't even make eye contact with a woman because you're gonna fucking get raped and you're gonna get Me Too'd and all this. And it's like, yikes, bro.
Jake Davison.
Yep, that's him.
Yep. Wow, I did not know he was watching Wheat Waffles. God damn. People wanted me to debate him, man. I'm like, I don't know about all that.
Nah, beneath you.
Okay.
You know, just children out there.
But you're right. You know what? It's interesting. I think you're pointing out something I have never really known because I've never really acknowledged it. When you watch the kind of content that is all in order to, there's a sales technique. You've heard of this. It's called hurt and rescue. And Volkswagen did a fantastic campaign on this a few years back. It would be 2 people, you know, having a conversation, riding along, and then just a random conversation out of nowhere, they get T-boned by a vehicle, and it scares the shit out of you. And at the end of the commercial, both people are looking at each other like, are you okay? I'm okay. That is hurt and rescue. The problem is people not paying attention. We're going to rescue you with our product. That is essentially what the real red pill, what the real manosphere does. Yes, we will teach you about the negativities. We're going to point out the problems, but we're also going to give you solutions. What extreme MGTOW and black pill guys do is they're teaching you, okay, the world is a cruel place. All right, the world's been a cruel place forever, but there's no solutions. There are no solutions. Worse yet, it's almost like they're intentionally trying to get guys to off themselves or do something bad, because then they talk shit about guys like us. We're going to fill your brain full of negativity. Then we're going to talk a bunch of shit about guys who are trying to help you improve. Don't go talk to them. Those guys are grifters. They're just doing this for the money. And it's like, why? Like, are you in? Listen, man, I'm nobody's moralist. I'm nobody's, you know, I'm not the most moralistic guy, but dude, at some point you have to acknowledge that, hey, there's got to be a solution to this, because John, we're people want solutions. They want a reason to hope. They want a reason to believe. And that's not to give people some Disney fantasy, but there are answers. There are answers. There are strategies. No, they're not going to be fucking easy, but that's just the way life is. I think black pill guys, a lot of time, they want easy solutions. There are no easy solutions. It's never been like that. It never will be.
Yeah, and then, like I said, it's so easy for them to just say, this is the reason why you'll fail, and so you should never even try. And it's just like, I mean, think about that, you know?
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Wheat Waffles. I've only heard of Wheat Waffles like twice. The first time I heard of Wheat Waffles was Kevin Ray Wilder. And when he said that that people should go and subscribe to him, I was like, okay, well, Kevin Ray Wilder is he's a fucking perpetrator. So that's why I knew he was there, man. So
Yeah, he's just like another one of those manosphere grifter types. All he's doing is just attacking brands that are
That's all he is.
larger than him
That's
to
it.
get some viewership. But at the end of the
That's
day,
it.
guys like him will fade away into irrelevancy as well.
Yep. I say this all the time. What guys like him try to do is they try to overcomplicate things. They try to overcomplicate things by making themselves sound smarter. They deal with theory and ideas, which is great. We deal in reality. Like what guys like yourself, Rolo, Myron, we all talk about the shit that is actually happening. We don't talk about what it should be. We actually talk about what is. I think that's the major difference between us and them. And I think I'm going to tell you what, there is a divide, John, but I think at some point, men, if they're being honest with themselves, they'll know who the right people to follow are. If you want to follow guys like Wheat Waffles and Kevin Ray Wilder and other guys in the manosphere who call themselves presidents, that's fine. I mean, you can do whatever it is you want to do. But I think you nailed it down. You nailed it down when you said, ask yourself how you feel after you watch their content. Do you feel angry? Are you motivated to run through a brick wall? Or are you just do you want to put a gun in your mouth? Do you want to go and hit the gym? If after watching something you don't feel motivated in a positive way, you have to understand that that's not you're not doing yourself any favors.
It's perfectly ties into the next module. I don't think it's funny. We didn't even set you up for that.
We didn't even script this.
But check this out. This is the next module. We talk about how you feel after you engage with somebody.
Wow, look at that. Okay, let's do it, man.
Toxic family, friends, jobs, and relationships.
Toxic friends, family, jobs, and relationships. This one's going to be a little uncomfortable, but it is a necessary conversation we need to have to get you to the next level. Look, there's no negotiation. If you want to elevate yourself to have the maximum amount of positive inner game that will lead you to get the ideal life that you want, there is no room for negative, toxic people in your life.
Yes.
Here is the ultimate way to know if someone is negative and or toxic in your life. If this person that you're interacting with leaves, and after the interaction, you feel drained, you feel tired, you feel emotionally exhausted, then that is a problem. Okay, and that is a toxic person. In 2019, I was at a low point for myself. And the year had started, and I said to myself, here you are again. Now you are 33 and you are still an English teacher. You are not pursuing your dreams. You're not doing what you want to do. Something has got to change. And at that point, I said, you know what? I'm done with the naysayers. I'm done with negative people telling me things can't be done. Any friend that's negative or I feel exhausted after I'm done interacting with them,
gotta go.
Text, FaceTime, digital interactions, I'm cutting them out. I am going to blindly surround myself with people who love me, who support me, and believe in me. And that year, I had a massive financial breakthrough. That year, I made the most money I'd ever made in my entire life at that point. Okay, more than the 100-figure mark, $100,000 mark, right? So it is imperative that you do this, because the thing is, you want to be maximizing your brain and your usage of your time to lift yourself up. And when you have people pulling you down, you have to use your energy to either counter these people and counter their negative talk, counter their arguments against you, or you're just having to like constantly correct them or lift them up, whether this is a bad relationship partner or whatever. Eventually, this is going to wear away on you and the other person, okay? You have to be able to restructure your life in a way that you are surrounded by positive, uplifting, non-toxic people. And it is miraculous what happens, because you get this sense of momentum and this push upwards that the average person doesn't experience, because the average person doesn't even realize the majority of people out there are just toxic and negative. But when you create this echo chamber for yourself of positivity, of uplifting behaviors, of good, positive mental habits, these little micro adjustments, these really push you to the next level. But it is imperative for you to know that you are going to have to make a choice. You are going to have to cut off toxic members. For example, my mom, I love her. God bless her. She did her best to raise me. She did as best as she could. Wow. My mom is a very toxic individual. And it was only a matter of time before I get in a conversation with her that devolves into some kind of blame game or argument. And this is completely initiated by her. So I got to the point where I realized, okay, my mom is a toxic individual. Does that mean I have to block my mom and unfriend her on Facebook? No. But what you need to do is quarantine her and quarantine the amount of time you spend with them. Now, if it's a little bit more intrusive, like a husband, a wife, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever the case may be, you really have to look hard at that relationship and say, okay, if this person isn't going to change and we don't have a serious sit-down talk, this relationship has to go. And I know it's an uncomfortable reality, but it is a reality. You cannot be tolerating any form of toxicity in your life if you want to be centered, have a good inner game, and that will lead you to having a wonderful life. Okay. There are no ways around this. Okay. Look at all the great people around us. Tony Robbins, right?
Yeah, right.
Great speakers like Jim Rohn. All of these high performing businessmen and motivational speakers, right? Are they ever gloomy and doomy and negative? And no. They're always happy, upbeat, and they're always doing their best to create a positive environment mentally and also physically with their social circle so they can get the life that they want. It's so important. So keep that in mind. It's an uncomfortable thing to discuss, but unfortunately, it is a reality. Try it, and you'll see that I'm right. Thanks. See you in the next module.
Man, that's powerful stuff, dude. That, like, listen, man, like this is why I like being in this community, man, because I don't have all the answers. I don't think anybody has all the answers, but I just learned something there. And even though it makes sense to me, a lot of people say, oh, we got to get toxic people out of our lives. They don't really understand. They don't understand the detriment these kinds of people have. I'm fortunate because I'm so busy. I've quarantined everybody really, but I know there's going to be a point in my life. There's going to be a point in my life where I'm going to have a little bit more expendable time on my hands, at which point I'm really going to have to start making some hard decisions. But I think that a lot of men don't realize, hey, you want to know something, man? There are some people that I really need to cut out of my life, man.
I'm just look at my life and I say, it's a privilege for me to even acknowledge you.
Yeah.
And because the thing is, you really have to protect yourself from these kind of people, because it's a matter of fact. You are who you spend time around.
That's right.
There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. You are exactly who you spend time around. You hang around a bunch of people that are fat, you're going to become fat.
That's right.
You hang around a bunch of people that are fit, you're going to be fit. You hang around a bunch of people that are rich, you're going to get richer. It's just, it's a fact of life. So for me, I want what I want. So I'm going to hang around people who are going to be going after what I want as well. Yes. I kind of made a newer rule this year in Tokyo that I only want to go to lunch with my friends that are millionaires.
Woo.
And
there you go.
You know, just to kind of keep the net worth up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just a personal thing that I have going for me. And you know, I hang around guys that are all, I don't have a single blue pill friend.
Yeah, right.
All my friends know how to fight. All my friends know how to make money. All my friends know how to womanize. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I would not have it any other way.
I think a lot of people, I think what that module there, that's very important as far as people are concerned. However, it is equally important, and we addressed this before, about the content you consume.
Mhm.
Now, sometimes you will have content creators who do put out positive messages,
Mhm.
but they use that in order to lure you in to do negative things. So, for example, there is a content creator who puts out other people's content. He has conventions, and these have helped a lot of men. But the other half of his time is spent literally just being negative. He
Mm.
goes after people, he doxes people, he makes hit pieces on people, he makes fun of people. And I'm not even talking about this from a moralistic side. If that's what this individual wants to do, that's fine. But you really have to ask yourself, why do I want to? I mean, listen, if you think it's entertaining, that's fine. It is what it is. But this person fashions himself an influencer of men. You can't be an influencer of men and act like a woman, essentially. And so a lot of guys, not only do you have to get rid of toxic people, you need to get rid of the toxic toxic content creation.
Yes.
Because anything that anybody has ever said about me that's negative, it's not. I've never screwed anybody over. I've never doxed anybody. I've never, like, dude, I know personal information about all kinds of people, but I'm not putting it out there. Even if I hate your guts, that's just not what I'm trying to. I'm not trying to put that out there. I want it to be. I want my message to be positive, but I also want my message to be real. So I'm not going to sugarcoat a bunch of shit, but by the same token, I'm not just going to give you all the doom and gloom. So yes, cutting out toxic people is absolutely paramount. But I think a lot of guys need to go through their feeds, their social media feeds, their YouTubes, their Instagram, and find out, okay, is what this person doing, saying, teaching, talking about, is that beneficial to me? Well, it's only entertainment, Donovan. Yeah, it's only entertainment. But then when that entertainment also is sort of melded with real life situations, okay, this guy just doxed that person and made fun of that person, but he also has a convention and he really does make some good points about female nature. You got to watch out for those guys, because those are the guys that really turn you from a red pill guy to a black pill guy.
Yeah, if you put up the thing I put on the screen there, you can see exactly what Donovan just said here is covered on this one.
Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, wow. Okay.
Detoxing from all media sources.
Woo!
This is the course. This is the course right here. We have Mind Movies as well, and then I have two examples of Mind Movies that I actually use myself.
Okay.
So you can get all this information here and then watch it over and over and over again, and it really helps you get these core principles and beliefs and habits into your mind permanently, and that way it'll allow you to have just a clear mental bill of health, and then you'll be able to tackle your goals a lot more efficiently. Like, for example, like if when like say Donovan, right? If Dev was like super toxic, there's no way you would be at the level of success that you are right now. But she is a lovely woman. She is a hardworking person. I saw her body language on the Fresh and Fit. She is all about you. And that's like, when I dated my ex before, I definitely would say that she was instrumental in my success by just being a non-toxic, supportive, good person with me.
There you go. There you go. A lot of times, especially when it comes to mate selection for men, women need proactive. They need proactive traits from a man. Yeah. They want a man who knows how to fight, who knows how to make money, who is assertive, who is goal oriented, who has that forward moving energy. We as men, it's good for us to have some of those proactive traits, but it's not necessary. We just need you to listen. If you're not going to help, no problem. Stay out of the way and be there for me when I need you. When I need to decompress, I don't need you to be all in my ear. When I need a blowjob, I need you on your knees. When I need something to eat, I need you in the kitchen. Just don't get me wrong. You have to have some proactive traits. By the same token, if women just stay out of the way and stay positive, if they have nothing else to offer proactively, at least offer femininity. That is powerful. If a woman is not toxic, I'm telling you what, John, most women these days are toxic. They really are. If you can find a woman that isn't toxic, it doesn't really matter what her traits are, so long as she's not toxic, man. It makes a huge difference in your life.
Toxic women will ruin your life. literally ruin your life. I mean, you don't believe me? Ask Kanye West.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! My God, Kim K, fucking hell, and he's trying to get back with her. My God,
Oh, what an idiot, moron.
he's addicted to the toxicity. John, final words and thoughts on your course, where you can get it, etc., etc.
Go to the link Donovan has pinned in the chat, and
Yes.
also the link in the description box. Enrollment closes February 28th at midnight, and the reason is because March 1st we are going live with the course education. This is live. This is not pre-recorded. You're going to come in there, you're going to tell us your issues, and we're going to point them out, and we're going to help you get to where you want to be mentally.
Wow.
So this is inner game healing. You get the video course, you get the 5 live webinar sessions done on Zoom, minimum 10 hours of interaction there, and then you get year-long access in the Telegram chat. But you have to act soon because, like I said, February 28th, this is going away. I'll be on the Fresh and Fit podcast. I'm going to be on with Rolo. I'm going to be on with Mr. Lucario, King Dre, good. Paul from Apex Mindset. We're doing I just did a show with Troy. We're doing a massive tour for this. And so, because it's super important. And I think this is what's really not talked about enough in the manosphere. And this is the most important aspect of success.
Wow, very good. Yeah, I don't think too many people in this community talk about the importance of having your mental house in order.
Mm-hmm.
You can have your body right. You can have money. You can make money, muscles, and learn game. But if you don't have that mental frame, you could end up like a guy like Mike Tyson or Terrell Owens or Alex Rodriguez, man. A man with money and looks with no inner game, without mental strength, is literally a target. He's a mark. So sign up for the course, guys. It ends February 28th. Thank you guys all very much for watching. In 45 minutes, I will be joined by Coach EO for elite level game. We are going to talk about why it's important to make your woman cry every once in a while. This is something he's talked about before. I know you agree with it. So I'm very, very much looking forward to that. You guys take care. We'll see you soon.